I guess I think of Automata as 3D illustrations, really. I used to think I'd like to be an illustrator, and I don't really like just sitting and drawing. I'd much rather make, and I think that's what Automata are, really. They're illustrating stories. I think quite often a story comes first when I'm making a piece. Sometimes they come from things I find, and sometimes it's a mechanism that I think I'd really like how to figure out how to do this, or even like how I can fit a mechanism into this weird little space that I've got, and then the mechanism that I can fit into that space sort of inspires the rest of the piece. Ossipete I made when I was almost having a baby, I think, as I made her, which might be why it's all about waiting. I like the discrepancy in her, this sort of idea that something as weird and mythical as a harpy is on her way to visit her sister, and she just waits and waits and waits. I think that using a mixture of materials is quite important because I really like the textural diversity you get. I like the tension between the sort of softness of wood and the jaggedness of metal. I normally don't draw before I start a piece, but I'd kind of rather not because I quite like how things just come together, especially because I use found objects quite a bit as well, so sometimes the shape comes out of the objects that I'm using. I grew up in a bookshop, so I read and read and read and read and read. So I think I must have quite a backlog of strange characters and stories. I quite like that it's really, really simple. Yeah, and I guess the thing about Automata, because it just goes round and round and the same thing goes on and on, it's a really good way to express utterly futile activities, which is kind of what he's doing.